Your journey is your journey. And don't compare it to someone else's, and don't think that something has to happen for you the way it happened for somebody else.
Hey everyone, welcome to Rosalyn's Journey. Today I'm going to be doing a sit with me video and opening up and being vulnerable with you guys on telling you all on my 2025 goals and how I'm going, the steps I'm going to take and how I'm going to achieve it. So life is all about growth, healing, figuring things out. So grab your tea, grab your water, grab your coffee, get something to eat. Make sure you eat because it's important, right? We gotta fill ourselves up. So make sure you eat. And let's get started. So I am going to be looking, because I do have my notes and I want to be organized. So the first goal of 2025 for me and how I'm going to achieve it is building intimacy with Jesus. So during the past years, my really getting to know Jesus, I want him to be, first of all, I want him to be the center of me, my relationship. And when you keep Jesus first, everything else will go into place. I want to be intimate with him. During the past years, I was always making a routine and like reading my word, going to church, doing like what I need to do as far as knowing about him, but I don't know enough about him to the point where him guiding me and taking the steps that he wants me to do as far as my purpose, right? So in that, I wasn't always listening, meaning that I hear him speak, but I wasn't listening to him to the point where he gave me, like, say for instance, he gave me instructions, but I really wasn't really listening to it because I was like, oh, I didn't know him enough to know what he said, if that makes sense. Like, I can't, like, I know his voice, but I was ignoring him so much to the point where, like, it was just making me confused on what he was saying. So how I'm going to achieve it is recently I've been waking up, like, early in the morning, and instead of telling him what I want or making it like a total relationship, is listen to him, letting him speak to me. And after he speaks to me, then I get in his word and then pray and then worship like that. So that's been really helping me, and now I can have that clarity on what is he saying versus back then. So my second goal is to get my own place. I'm so excited because I am taking the steps, and I'm so proud of myself for doing that. Because in the recent years, I did, or to sum it up, I wasn't really doing goals like as far as getting my own place. I really wasn't worried about that because I was too comfortable in where I was. So currently I'm staying with a family member, and how I moved to my family member's house was I lost my mom in 2019, so I moved in like during COVID area, and I was dealing with grief. I was trying to navigate like moving on with my life. I didn't know what I wanted to do, and then life would just pass me by. It's funny how like when you lose somebody or like you lose a loved one, life goes on automatically, and it's like hard for you to adjust on like, okay, like how I'm gonna I just lost somebody, like how I'm gonna navigate on knowing what I want to do next type thing. So I was so doing that, and that time I was in undergrad, and I'm glad that I finished school. And then I wasn't really like, I was focused on school, but I really wasn't focused on like, okay, what are they gonna do next after that? So now I'm at a point in my life where I want to get my own place. You know, I would like to have my own space. I would like to just create my own space and decorate and, you know, invite my friends over and stuff like that. So how I want to achieve it, I don't want to say, but I am taking steps as far as saving and reaching out to other resources and stuff like that. So my second goal is to get my own car. Y'all, like me now versus younger me, where like, okay, so through my undergrad, I did have a car, and I did have a car. I paid it off in October or November, one of the months of 2023 or 2024, and like, wait, go back. So my first car that I got paid off got repossessed because I couldn't pay for it. Like, I was busy trying to pay the bills for my mom and get everything on track and trying to move out, stuff like that. So it got repossessed, and I got the money to pay it off. I got the money to pay it off, and then I paid it off like in October 2023, 2024, and then I got mad. I was driving somebody. This was like during Christmas, almost Christmas time, and I got mad and hit somebody. Got the insurance money, spent the money emotionally because I was missing my mom, and I didn't get it fixed. Well, at that time I had the money to get it fixed, but I decided to get another car and trade it in, trade off. Now, me thinking about it, I traded a paid off car to get a new car to make payments on it. That would make sense, but we young, we make mistakes, and I learned from my lessons. So here I am in April of 2024. I got this brand new car, it was a 2024 Honda Civic. I got this brand new car, I was showing it off. Y'all, I couldn't really afford it. And with this inflation rates, I couldn't really afford it. And I was trying to be cool. And guess what happened? I was at a stop sign. I was paying the car. Before that, I was praying to God. I was like, God, I was praying to him, like, God, I'm sorry, like basically saying that I'm getting out of this situation. And he came through, and I got hit. It is not on my credit no more. The car is paid off. But mind you, I just didn't do it. Like, I did it I got the car just to get the car. I didn't ask God, do you think it's time for me to get a new car? Mind you, I was prophesied, right? But I really didn't listen to God enough to see if that was the best decision to make. And look, I had financial problems. I couldn't afford it because paying car insurance and car note, I'm barely 26. And they try to tax us in insurance and mind you, I'm paying off the accidents on my insurance. So of course my insurance gonna be high. So I was struggling, but God made a way for me. That was a blessing. I got hit and the car is paid off. That was a blessing for me. So I'm thankful for that. And that's why I'm learning to listen to God. And also, about the prophecy, everybody can say anything to you, but if it's not God's timing and it's not for you, right, in that moment, you gotta listen. You gotta know when it's time and when it's not time. I can tell, like, y'all, like, that is, and and after I realized that, I was mad at that person, but really, it was my decision because I made it. I made the decision to get the car, knowing that I couldn't afford it at that moment, right? So my third goal is to graduate school. So I'm thankful. I was supposed to graduate. Well, not graduate, but this program is mainly for me. It's like you about to say in this year, but be done with school in December. So I have like a whole semester. So fall semester, I was supposed to graduate, be done with school. And I was at that time, I was in a rough mindset. and I really wasn't confident in writing this paper. So basically my paper, or as they call it, dissertation, is basically for me to learn what I have learned from my internship and then write it on a paper. So I creating my own program and stuff like that, and then I'm doing like the cost, how much it is, blah 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 blah. But I wasn't really in the mindset at that time because it was Christmas. I was stressed about the paper. I couldn't really focus on the paper, so I was like, I was trying to just turn it in at that point because, you know, like at least I turned it in and not, you know, and it's better to turn something in versus not in like a grade. So I turned it in. I kind of knew I got the email saying that I didn't pass. So I was like, dang, like what is it gonna do? But I thought about it, and I'm thankful enough that I guess you could say my support team, my professor was like, she called me, she checked up on me like that, because I go to school online, but I'm going to be graduating in person. So she called me and said, you could take it again. And thankfully, look, y'all, thankfully I had a second chance, because for the spring semester, what if it was spring semester and I had to take it in the summer? Like, I didn't know, but I'm thankful that God gave me a second choice or a second chance, and I'm thankful that I have a support system for my classmates and as well as my professors. And I'm going to be graduating. I want to be walking that stage in May. Like, y'all gonna see me watch. So that leads me to putting myself first. So I haven't really, I'm the type of person that have a big heart, and I'm loyal, like we locked in, like da 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 da. But sometimes I notice that people always gonna take, and then what about you? Like, so I'm at the point in my life where I'm not settling for jobs that's not in the passion that I want to do in. I'm learning how to say no, because like I'm the type of person where like I give you my last, like just to help you, but at the end of the day I'm learning that people know who to go to, right? They know who to go to in that moment, but they're not gonna, when you ask for them to help you, they're like, oh, I don't got it. So it's like, you gotta create some boundaries, Rosalyn. You gotta create some boundaries. So I'm learning to create boundaries. I'm learning to put myself first, and as far as my mental, my spiritually, emotionally, and physically. And as well, I always took jobs out of convenience. And yes, I know you guys would think like, okay, you can start now, do later, but it's like, I'm at a point where I'm taking all these jobs, getting all this experience, but I'm about to get a second degree. Like, why am I taking jobs that it's not in my career field? Like, I know like entry-level jobs is like good, it's a step in the door, but I'm not even doing that. I'm over here doing a clerk job. Like, what they gotta do with public health? So I'm at the point where I'm like standing on business for me, and I know that God is going to open the door. And then my fifth goal, I don't know what number I'm on. My fifth goal is getting back in the gym. I was in the gym like I started January to November, and then all of a sudden I stopped going. I don't know if it was, and that's probably why my mindset was tripping, because self-care, like I noticed that goes into me putting myself first, and self-care is very important, because it's like giving me time to like getting that off of you and being confident. And I was really, like, when I say really going through December, I was really going through it, and like I couldn't focus. I was just losing sleep. Like, it was really really, really, really bad. But tomorrow I do have a second class, so I am slowly but surely getting back, and I'm thankful for myself, proud of myself for that. But yeah, I'm getting in the gym because I'm about to be popping out. I'm about to be popping, like, y'all already. Like, I'm about to really do the necessary steps for me to do what I gotta do, right? So, that's about it. I reached that. So, these are my 2025 goals. I'm excited to show and see how it's going to be planned and see how it's going to be going out, right? I'm seeing what I'm gonna see what God has in store for me, what He gonna do. And I just want to let you guys, encourage you guys that life is not easy. Life is not easy. And what you've been through don't determine your now, right? It's supposed to encourage you. Yes, the right now is like, dang, how I'm gonna get through this, how I'm gonna get, like, life is still gonna go, and don't think that because life is still gonna go, you gotta do things like this. Things are gonna take time. Like, I'm talking to myself. Things are gonna take time, but once you make 2 steps, God gonna do 10, and it's all that matters that you gotta make those steps so that He can do the rest. That's my motto. Make that step so He can do the rest. And God got us at the end of the day. So life is not easy. Life is difficult. But keeping God your center focus, everything else will fall into place. So I do want to leave you all with a scripture. It is coming out of Philippians 4:19, and it says, "And my God will supply all my needs according to His riches and glory in Jesus Christ." So all I gotta say is, will you trust God in this year? Will you allow Him to bless you? Will you allow Him to aid to your needs? Right? Will you do what you gotta do as far as building your relationship with Him and seeing your fruits of labor? So thanks you guys for watching my video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And these are my goals for 2025. And yeah, see you in the next video. Peace.
The way it happened for somebody else. You